Hello. Welcome, Volkamen, my sweet, dear, magical friends, my strong, beautiful people, to your astrological live stream covering the week of Monday, October the 9th to Monday, October the 16th. I'm calling this week Changing of the Guard. This is really sort of an iconic ceremony of relief, right? As we launch ourselves into the solar eclipse in Libra happening on Saturday, October the 14th. So we're going to open up this energy, take a look, and see what you can kind of expect coming up and how to best work with these energies. Looking at this week, it really feels like the arrow pulls back because of the eclipse at the end. We're coming, we had this like really big adjustment coming into this week. The weekend we had, let me know your stories. Hello, welcome, willkommen. Let me know any good stories over the chat or in the comments below about the weekend of October 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's when we had Mars in Libra squaring Pluto in Capricorn, Venus finishing up, excuse me, the retrograde, and just the whole Leo saga, and has entered Virgo. How did that go for you guys? How did it feel? How did you, what was going on? That's such a big weekend, and also the quarter moon on Friday. So this week it's finishing up and tying up some of those loose ends. There were likely some very significant shifts in consciousness. Of course, maybe material things changing, but shifts in consciousness. So, okay, let's go ahead and get. Oh, I forgot to do the thing. How am I? Okay, we'll just. Ooh, not that tarot card. All right, well, perfect. Okay, so let's just jump right in. Let's start with Monday. Oh, this weekend I feel the push to work from home, to be at stay-at-home cat mom. Oh, I love that. I love it. Yeah, this weekend I had a screenwriting webinar, speaking of Ace of Swords, and I got through something that has been blocking me for years on a script of mine. This is like my favorite freaking feature script, and I've been blocked and just, I mean, not blocked, but just I wanted more. I wanted it to be even better. And that's what I was blocked on for like years, couple years. In this screenwriting webinar, I forgot what he even said, but it's just like this moment that kind of everything just disappeared, everything faded. And I saw like the answer. I saw the, the movie and the vision and everything. And it was just like this balloon rising like up out of my chest. And I have something that I'm going to set it up in Act 1, and it is going to pop off in Act 3. And I am so excited about it. So, but it took this Mars square Pluto. It took this like Wednesday Pugsley type of like energy to really, for me inside creatively, to really just like get that through though, because like, and that's a great thing about a big, strong energy. Like, so it doesn't have, it wasn't anything dramatic. I didn't have any big power struggle thing over the weekend. It was just that, I don't know, something creatively. But forceful energy can work that way too. It could work where there's nothing going on, there's no drama in your life, but there's something else that just gets dislodged, and it gets, it moves. So cat mom, stay-at-home cat mom weekend, and then creative over here. So very cool. Okay, sorry. Monday, we're in Monday. The 9th today of October. Basically today we have the moon in Leo squaring Uranus and Taurus. That's always going to be a wild card. It's always going to be like a refreshing, mixing it up a little bit of the energy. However, it's happening when the moon is also making these trines to Chiron and the North Node in Aries. And the theme of healing is going to be very, very big this week because we have Venus is now in Virgo, which is a very healing sign. And, it's Virgo is a sign of like health and protocol and details and hygiene. So I like Venus in Virgo because it's just like better hygiene, better attention to detail. The acts of service are the expressions of love, or, being thoughtful and being considerate, being respectful, being clean, tidy, cleaning up after yourself, showing, respect is going to be what turns us on for the next few weeks. So the moon making this trine over to, and it kind of continues some of the, it's like a zhuzhing, like a touch up of that Venus in Leo stuff that we've been through with the moon being in Leo today, doing this stuff. So the trine, it carries some of the things forward. So the trine to the North Node in Chiron, healing, very healing. We're very encouraged to lean into it, specifically where our fears are concerned. We're concerned over the summer in regards to being confident, making decisions for ourselves, pioneering something, being the first to do something, or being sort of flamboyant too. There's, Leo is like unapologetically flamboyant, right? But we had the Venus in Leo retrograde. So, it was kind of like coming into like, do I really want to say this about myself, or can I really, let the peacock feathers fan out, or is that going to be, so now that we're out of that, the moon's making the trine to Chiron in the North Node. This is a great day to do that. This is a great day to move forward with anything that might have been a little bit, you felt a little bit shaky throughout the summer of being confident about. And guys, confidence really is like the name of the game. Okay, so this weekend I watched the Beckham documentary on Netflix, and my progressed moon is in Taurus, okay? And I'm watching this documentary, and David Beckham always gave me these like Virgo, Gemini vibes. He's a Taurus. I was totally wrong. He's a Taurus. I was like, "Oh. Oh," like, "Oh." Um, but a spoiler alert, but like near the end, I was getting choked up, and I started crying before they even got to that part. Because I could just feel when someone loves to do something like that, when you love to use your body like he does in a physical way, to, in his case, to play soccer, it's like this, and especially in his life, to there's like this finite amount of games that he'll ever play on the field, on a team, playing that sport, using his body that way. Like there's like, what a thought. What a corporeal thought. Taurus and the earth signs are about manifestation. It's about hard reality. It's about what you can actually touch and actually do. And that's the body is organic, okay? We're like bananas, okay? Seriously, we're like bananas. And just to see his human spirit come down and possess his body, to just play this game the way he plays it, and then to feel the aches in the morning, and like I just knew where that was going, and like from my perspective as like a psychic and an astrologer and everything, I just thought, oh my God, what a realization that, like for me, I was thinking like there's going to be a day where I'll have climbed my last tree. For me, I like to climb trees and, climbing, but it's like that hit so hard, like that I cried. I did. I would have been just like him, getting all emotional on the field. Like that's just, oh my God, like that there's a finality, or being a writer, maybe there's going to be a final, there's only so many scripts in me. There's only going to be, so really, I'll talk about this because I'm like, how am I going to? I'm supposed to be talking about Monday. Okay, so Uranus is in Taurus. Uranus retrograde in Taurus. Jupiter in Taurus. This is Taurus stuff. Okay, so it relevates. It resonates with the moon squaring Uranus. So I want you to think today, just today, because this is when it's happening. Think about the physical things that you love to do. How do you love to use your body? All right. It's not, don't be just to eat food and just to eat the bonbons and the candy and the donuts. That's great too, that's Taurus, but like breathing air in your lungs, like finding, the joy in physical things, because we're all giving our bodies back. Okay. We all will. We all come down and possess these little meat suits, and then we give it right back. And our spirit goes, we're just the consciousness floating around. You're still going to see things and feel things and think things after you die, but you won't have the body anymore. So this is a great day to, it's a little bit I'm jolting you into it because of the square to Uranus, but think about it. Think about, and honestly, this is so much bigger than any kind of, I'm going to come back to the confidence, but this is so much bigger than any kind of like low self-esteem. It's irrelevant. Especially in 2023, low self-esteem is irrelevant. Okay. Also looking at that documentary, confidence, such a huge makes all the difference in the world to have confidence. And listen, think about what a con man is. Con is short for confidence. So if all those people out there on all the con levels can be confident and go like live their lives and do these things, you should too, to live your life and do these things. And you like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like Monday is the day to break out of your rut. Whatever you're being hung up about, get over yourself and get outside. Use your body, breathe the air, whatever you like to do, swimming, dancing, hiking, climbing, soccer, whatever it is, hugging your friends and family, physical affection. Get over yourself and just go do it. Enjoy it. This is Leo energy, Leo moon. This is like we wrapped up the Venus and Leo stuff. So it's finite. It is finite. So if I totally the weekend, the power struggles were very like internal for me. I was like, oh my, and then I watched M. Night Shyamalan's Old last night, and that I was like, oh my God, like really, really, it just Venus is the retrograde was in my 8th house, which is a death house. So I always think about death, but like it really finished up this whole retrograde for me about that. And so, grab life by the freaking horns, Taurus. So and go get it. Go get it, guys. All right, that's Monday. Let's move on to Tuesday. I'm just going to do it that way. Okay. So, Tuesday, the 10th of October. Oh, I can write this down. Wait, 11. I think that was 11:40. All right, Tuesday, the 10th of October. This is tomorrow. We have Venus in Virgo, newly in Virgo, opposing Saturn retrograde in Pisces. I love this energy so much. You're going to hear a lot of people bashing this aspect because no one and everyone hates Saturn. Hating on Saturn, right? I love that. I'm a Venus Saturn person. I have Venus conjunct Saturn in my chart, so I get it. But here's the thing. With the opposition, it's going to bring you interfacing with one or both of these polarities. So it's love and appreciation. It's taking care of yourself. It's hygiene. It's healing. And then we have Saturn and Pisces, which is this is a great theme. So Saturn and Pisces showing you what is real of the fantasies, showing you what is concrete, showing you what can be manifested. So you think of a writer, oh, I got great ideas, but if you don't write them down, so it's like, well, are you writing them down and are you rewriting them after you write them down? Are you making them better? So it's about really making something and really taking a look at what's there. So with this opposition, I'm a big fan because it's owning your own healing and having that really sharp insights into values. Of course, the immaterial values like your value system and what you care about and how you care to behave and show up in relationships or in your financial life or in your skills, talents, and abilities, how you show up to your commitments, how, all of that. But it's owning your own side of the street with it. So if there are any no's, it's just a delay, not a denial. There's probably, you need to submit more paperwork, or you've got this is very important for protocol. Very important for protocol. Wonderful for commitments, for making commitments, for showing up to your life in a more committed, professional, and sober sort of a way, where you're taking care of your commitments because you love them. You're taking care of the dog because you love that dog. It's very much like that. So what I also love about Venus Saturn is it begs the question, what have we learned? What have we learned? Okay, in these areas of life, in the Virgo and Pisces area of life. So think about it, reflect on it, and there will be any commitments. They will be. Here's what I love about Venus Saturn is that it appreciates in value over time. So if you're making any commitments Monday, Tuesday, how long does this last? Let's see. Monday, Tuesday, the whole week, like basically till Thursday. But if you're making any commitments now till Thursday, they have the potential baked into it to appreciate and value over time and to stand the test of time. So it could get better as it gets older. It can get better as it ages. So people with Venus, Saturn, we get better as we get older. And guys, I literally did not know how to date until doing my Tom Hanks thing this year. And I'm a late bloomer, but you know what? We still bloom. Okay. So just take it that way, that this is something that it's going to appreciate and value over time. It has that kind of potential. And it's a, you'll be making this commitment, or you'll be doing this. And thank you for the little pumpkins, Troy. I love that. I just saw the flash of that there. And that you'll be taking it seriously, and you should feel good about it. So even though it is a commitment, you have a good feeling about it, and you're right to have that good feeling, because it's like measured, you're not just like willy-nilly going into it. So it's really, I like it. Oh, I'm glad I wrote that down. Okay. Also, this is a great time to, if anyone is wrapping up self-esteem issues, this is a great time to put a boundary on your self-sorry, feeling self-sorry for yourself, and don't go dramatic. Okay. We're done with that. Okay. That Venus and Leo summer retrograde was dramatic enough. So this is a great time to take yourself seriously in the right way, to put a boundary on your own self-sorry. You only need to feel bad to learn the lesson. You only need to feel bad to understand. But once you have that understanding, you let it go. You let everything go. The other people, you forgive, the experience, like you just let it go. So once you understand and you start to feel self-sorry, boom, bring it back. Have that boundary with yourself. I'm not going to be self-sorry. Go stand up. If you're standing up, sit down. If you're sitting down, lay down. Like, change your physical body so that it kind of, moves you out of that energy, and just start doing on something that you love to do. Go to a different room, have a snack, grab some water, walk around, but try. Okay, this Saturn, you need the effort. But this is why I love Saturn. What you work for, you keep. What you earn, you keep. You get what you put in. So it's worth it. It's really worth it. It's a great day, like I said, to put the boundary on any kind of self-sorry, any kind of... Okay, so Venus in Virgo can also be, over the next few weeks, a little bit hypochondria. And it's a little bit... I have my South Node in Virgo, so all of those like negative Virgo traits, it's like I have like very strong health boundaries. Like, I don't even want a cold. Guys, these headaches that I've had like for the last 6 weeks, when I'm sick, it's like I glow up after a breakup. After you have like a shitty breakup, you like glow up and you become the best version of yourself, and you're just like rah rah, and you're really feeling yourself. And that's how I feel after I'm sick. After I get better from being sick, it's like I glow. It's like I'm coming back to life. That's how I have a new lease on life now that I'm like free, and I'm headache free for a few days. It's like, but yeah, I have really strong health boundaries. I don't want to have a cold. I don't want to sneeze. I don't want to sniffle, let alone something like COVID, or I don't care if it only lasts a day. I don't want a symptom to knock me down for 10 minutes. I have a life to live. All right. I got things to do. I don't want to be my health compromised for nothing. Okay. And I know we're all conspiracy theorists, all of us on the spirituality space. So I get it. You're not supposed to like wearing masks. Culturally, masks are like only for Halloween, only when you're trying to scare people, and or we're committing a crime, when you're trying to obscure your face, trying to commit a crime. So I know I'm weird for loving to wear the masks, but I love boundaries. I love my space. I love my hygiene. I love my health boundaries. Everything's really like icky. So don't go too far with that though. With Venus and Virgo, you want to like, have like a reality thing here too. So you don't want to go too, like germphobic, where you're like afraid of little itty bitty tiny little microorganisms. Don't go thinking that way. Like don't go down that rabbit hole. So if you do that, or if you have like OCD or something, this is a great transit this whole week from now till Thursday to nip that in the bud too, or to find some help or resources or something. So, but yeah, put the boundary on any kind of self-sorry, any kind of low self-esteem. Put a boundary on it. This is a great day that you can, it's a changing of the guard. So if there's a relief, the old guards are tired and worn out, they're leaving, and then the new guards are coming in to take their place, and you want to maybe make them a little bit smarter when they come in to refresh your cells or something. So I'm a big fan. All right. Let's move on to Wednesday, the 11th of October. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay. So we have the sun opposing Chiron, Mars moving into Scorpio, Pluto stations direct. Technically, this happens Tuesday night. Forgot to write that in that different spot. But this is the healing continues sort of an energy with the sun opposing Chiron. And the sun is like the highlighter planet. It's just a spotlight. And with the opposition to Chiron, I feel like it dries out a wound, like a really gooey, open sore that it needs dryness so that doesn't like fester. You know how things grow in moisture? Oh, I really feel the Venus in Virgo right now. So it's like the sun opposing Chiron just dries it up like a lamp, like a, get it nice and crusty, scab will form, then you pick it off, but it will put the spotlight on that. If you haven't done the healing yet, it'll be a little bit wounding. It'll be a little bit like someone bringing attention to the very thing that you're insecure about. They're going to call it out. They're going to, you're going to be out at the restaurant, you're going to be out in public, and it's going to be that thing that comes up. Don't run away from that. Those experiences are your manifestations that you manifested subconsciously so that you can meet that challenge and get over it. Now, if you've already been working on this is probably going to be a relief, probably healing. I've been watching this Chiron stuff, and sometimes it's like embarrassing. It's like very like, it brings the very vulnerable thing up for you. But then at other times, it's really, really like affirming. It's someone compliments you on the very thing that you're insecure about. So it can go either way, and use whatever is going on in your life as constant feedback of how you are and what you're going through and your self-development and your spirituality, because the universe is constantly giving us feedback. So if you ever want to wonder how you're doing with like your personal growth or what's going on, because that's their feedback. So there could be an opportunity to even be a healer in some way, shape, or form. So you may be in the position to give someone the compliment on something that makes them feel very insecure, or you may be in the position to, amend a situation or fix. I have to undo you guys know I fold my little legs. So that'll be Wednesday. Mars moves into Scorpio. I'm very excited about this. This is very motivating. And that's another thing too, is that like hard energy, crunchy energy, like the one over the weekend with the Mars square Pluto. I have to talk about the lowest common denominator, which we see wars and attacks and blow-ups, and that's like the lowest common denominator with the conflict stuff. Higher evolved manifestations of that hard energy is going to be something like a creative breakthrough. It's going to be something like internally motivating, so you're going to meet a challenge with motivation, competition with yourself. And that's the confidence too. So watching the David Beckham thing was so interesting, because it's like confidence makes like all the difference. And so Mars and Scorpio, yeah, we're going to get some confidence. We're definitely going to have some, we're going to be motivated. We're going to be very motivated. Let me just put it that way. There's going to be something in that Scorpio area of life where it's not really going to be about like relationships with our actions. We're not going to be so, maybe the focus is going to be starting to shift. We're going to get to work on that Scorpio stuff, but the eclipse hasn't happened yet. So Mars we're getting a little bit ahead of like, okay, I see where this is going and I'm already getting excited for it. I'm already motivated for it. So I love this for confidence too. You know, Mars is a competitor. It's not what's that word? Not a competent. My brain's going way too fast trying to talk about this. Just someone that participates, that competes, you know, a little gladiator or something. And so in Scorpio, it's like, well, there's the drive, there's the want, there's the ambition. It's not split to think of the other person like Mars has to do in Libra. It's like, I see what I want and I can go for it now. I don't have to think about the other person. We already worked it out. We already decided it, or whatever. So the next few weeks, the next little while is going to be really wonderful for that Scorpio area of life, that we're going to be like the laser focus, very masculine energy, even though it's in a feminine sign. It's emotionally or creatively motivating. Okay, speaking of Scorpio, Pluto stations direct, technically on Tuesday night. Wednesday, I'm talking about it. This is, I feel like the hero doesn't get what they want, they get what they need kind of an energy, where we're done internalizing all of these big sea changes in our lives from the retrograde. And now we're ready for new life changes. Now we're ready for different big lessons. And here's the thing. Okay, so the outer planets will take things away from us in our lives. Neptune will dissolve things. It's like over a long period. I don't like the Neptune at all, because it has you feeling like you were right the whole time, and then you just like wake up and you were wrong. Like you were believing the totally wrong thing. You know, it's like, oh my God. It's like when Harry met Sally, when he's talking about, and he's at the game with his friend and he's telling him the story, and he goes, and she tells me, I'm not sure if I ever loved you. Like that's like a Neptune thing. And once that's gone, it just like dissolves. It's just like fairy dust, you know? Uranus, when Uranus takes something out of our lives, that's the best for quitting bad habits, because once it's over, it's very over, never going back again. The book is closed, the door is closed, done, over, finito. Pluto, when Pluto takes something out of our lives, it does replace it with something better. That's why I'm calling it, you're the hero and you're not getting what you want. Pluto's taking something toxic out of your life, but you're going to get what you need. Pluto's going to give you a lesson, a situation, a circumstance, you know, a new person, so whatever it is. But there will be like it's like with Scorpio, sun, moon, risings. When they're born, there's usually a death in the family 6 months before or after that baby comes into the world. One comes in, one goes out. So there's that death and life thing again. Wow. So Wednesday could be a very transformative day. And think of that word transformative. If you identify as a caterpillar, you're going to be miserable when you're goo, and you're going to be miserable as a moth, and you're going to be miserable as a butterfly, because you don't know what you're going to be. I mean, I don't know if they know what they're going to be. When they get gooey in their cocoon, they're either going to be a moth or a butterfly. They're either going to be out during the day or they're going to be out during the night. But if you attach to your identity to being, I'm a caterpillar, or I'm goo, you know, you're not going to be happy or appreciate being a moth or being a butterfly. Do not attach to physical stuff. It's temporary. It's I'm telling you, watch the movie Old by M. Night Shyamalan. We're bananas, okay? One. Shyamalan. And so yeah, but think of yourself that way, that you're a spirit, you're a consciousness, and it's the human spirit that transforms throughout the lifetime. That's growth. That's the point. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to learn and grow. and enjoy the simple little pleasures that we can while we're here, and not try not to take anything for granted, and ourselves and our lives and everything. Because eventually we're going to give the body back, and we go back to things happen. So Wednesday, don't be afraid of any of life changing. Okay, life. I mean, life is going to be changing. We're already in the eclipse window. Technically opens the 14th. But you already had some activations Wednesday the 4th over this weekend, another, so it's like, it's okay, go forth with confidence. Nothing, we all know each other in heaven too, so you're never, you know if relationships are changing, if situations are changing, we're never really gone from each other. We're all connected. We all know each other in heaven. It's like a familiar feeling that you know someone, but you don't know like where or how you know them. But we all know each other in heaven. So if you choose to go to heaven, you don't have to go. You don't have to go to the light. You don't have to. If you don't want to, it's a free will choice. But you do have to let go of negativity to get there. You do have to let go of density. You do have to let go of fear and shame and guilt and fear and anxiety and all the negativism to go. So you can do it now, or you can do it after you die. It's fine. It's your choice. It's free will. So, yeah, Wednesday does look really. It's like because of Mars. I'm looking at, and Pluto, I guess, but yeah, Mars changing signs is always. It's like a new scent, It's like, now you're gonna. It's like following that. It's like we're on a whole different. The dog sees a new car, and we're going to that car, so it'll be interesting. All right, moving on to Thursday. Let's see. Thursday, the 12th of October. We have lunar aspects. We have the moon in Virgo trining over to Uranus in Taurus, opposing Neptune retrograding Pisces, trining Pluto. Direct. I wrote that wrong. Direct in Capricorn. Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay, so all right. Thursday looks like a get her done day. Like, I feel like Thursday we're going to be very productive. All right. It's like the new guard is in and they're refreshed. They have motives. They have motivation. They have the agenda. Earlier in the week, Venus opposing Saturn, Monday, Tuesday sets a new agenda for ourselves. And it's like bringing something in, and it's like Thursday, we just get to work. We're getting to work. We're doing agenda things, taking things off on our lists. We're preparing for the eclipse. We're preparing for next week, probably. You're probably planning something, whatever is going to be next week, if you see it coming. The eclipse may or may not. Here's the great thing about eclipses. Don't manifest. Don't manifest. Don't set intentions. Don't try super hard. Like, let fate and destiny show you what it wants for you. Okay, well, just let those things kind of just like happen. Don't be pushy, don't be aggressive during eclipse time, during eclipse season. That's not the vibe. The vibe is to self-mastery, focus on what you have control over, and just stay in your lane. Okay, if something wants you, you'll just have it. It'll be there. It'll that, you know what I'm saying? Like, just let it happen. If it's meant to happen, it'll happen. And okay, so Thursday, you're getting it done. The trine to Uranus, big fan. And also the Virgo stuff. God, the Virgo stuff. Oh, it'll have to conjunct Venus too. And Venus. So sweet, even sweeter on Thursday. Very, very sweet. It's like you have your coffee drink treat in the morning and you get everything done. You're just like a little, like I said, both my parents are Virgo, so they're very like going to work, working hard, teach me how to work hard. The trine to Uranus, solution oriented, not getting spinning your wheels, freaking out about something, but like solution oriented, innovative. innovative. It's got to be new. It's got to be different. It's got to be fresh. This is a refreshed guard coming in to take the other one's place. The opposition to Neptune retrograde, go spiritual or creative. Don't go Delulu. This is not the time to go Delulu. Go spiritual, meditate, or go creative. That's the best that you're going to get of Neptune. That's the best. Okay. Okay. The trine to Pluto direct. Yes, I'm such a fan. Out of this Venus retrograde, I did my eyebrows differently today, and I don't know how I feel about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is it too, like, I feel like Wolverine or something? I've also really started to see my hair very differently, and I've been so on like moisture and keeping it like safe. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been going every 6 weeks and bleaching myself. So I'm trying to go longer for like the health of my hair, even though I want to go, but we'll see. Anyway, sorry. So back to you. The moon trining Pluto, Capricorn. This is very satisfying. Very satisfying. This is very satisfying, detail-oriented work. So if you are researching, you are going to find a lot of good stuff. If you're trying to get really detail-oriented, you're going to zoom in. You're going to get right to it. There's nothing superficial. You're not going to be all flim-flam about it. You're going to get the information. You're going to write it down. You're going to file the contracts. You're going to do the things. You're going to dot your I's and cross your T's. You know, it's just very good for document control. It's really great for detail-oriented work. It's great for hygiene, cleanliness, and let that be a source of confidence for you. Taking good care of yourself. You know, you need to put your energy into yourself. Stay in your lane. Don't look anywhere. And that's another thing too. All right, let's just talk about it. So Friday, the 13th. Ooh, okay. So Friday the 13th. Sorry, that was loud. We have Mars in Scorpio trining over to Saturn at 0 degrees. 0 degrees of Pisces. Human consciousness expanded exponentially when the concept of zero was introduced. Like, okay, I always see zero as like a portal, and it's weird and freaky. So I love the Mars trine Saturn. It's great. It's that motivation, that drive, you're on the new scent, and you're getting the agenda, and you're getting the support of the power, like the VIPs or the board, the group of people, the system. It's like, this is almost like the powers that be, the ones that determine everything, how everything's going to go, the ones that give permission and take permission away, all of those people. If you did a good Venus Saturn earlier in the week and you showed up professional, you followed protocol, you stayed respectful, then they're going to let you have something on Friday maybe. Then they're going to say, okay, we can trust you. Go ahead with the Mars. Go ahead, do what you got to do. We'll trust you. Take care of it. You'll be responsible. You'll take care of it. So if there's any delays earlier in the week, don't complain. Say, okay, yes, and thank you. Stay grateful. And because there could be a win like around Friday. But here's the thing. A competitor like this Mars in Scorpio. I have like a history of being like a little justice warrior when I really shouldn't be, and I'd have no business to be. If I see two, friends or lovers in the friend group or something that are not treating each other well, I always used to want to just go get involved and make justice and, stick up for the underdog and stuff. But I realized that when I do that, it doesn't help anything. It doesn't do anything. It's only, the underdog is only the underdog until I get them strong. And then they start picking on the other one. And then the other one becomes the underdog. And then I go and I help that underdog. And it doesn't help them because they just take my help and get stronger. And then they turn into the bully and start treating the other one like the underdog. And I'm like, why am I getting myself involved? It's not even any of my business. So I learned to try to like pull out of that, because why? What stakes do I have in it? It doesn't even matter. It has nothing to do with me. It's none of my business. So it's a good time to stay in your lane, but don't gloat. All right. No, you want people to be happy for you and you want people to want to be happy for you. But if you are like a sore winner, no one likes that. That is so, it's like ungraceful and it's not classy. Venus in Virgo is classy. That's a classy gal. All right. That's a humble, hardworking, classy gal. Venus in Virgo is like a kind of like an Audrey Hepburn type of a beauty or something, you know, not like a Liz Taylor, not like the Quentin Tarantino girls. This is like an Audrey Hepburn, like quaint, you know, sweet bookish type of Hermione Granger. That's Venus in Virgo type of a, you know. So just yeah, don't gloat, because that's gonna be and especially like for me, if so when I walk away from that kind of thing, and my Capricorn friend to Natalie, never get in between a boy and girl fight. And I'm like, what does that mean? But you know, walking away, letting people sort it out, and then they gloat, that's gonna be something that alienates your friends against you. And it's gonna make someone go, you know what? I don't think I want to walk away from this yet. I think I do have something more to say. You're gonna just dig yourself into a ditch, man. It's just not gonna go well. So don't talk back, don't gloat, don't be ungraceful, don't be unclassy, don't like, that's ugly. First of all, it's always ugly, not just on this little transit. It's always, that's like, you know, ketchup on your whatever. So, you know, it's just not the vibe. It's really not the vibe. It's not the vibe. So, let's see, Mars. So, okay, so you get, there might be, and it's a weird 0 degree thing too. So I'm wondering what the new agenda is, but like whatever it is, we're all going to get our assignments. We're all going to get our homework. We're all going to get, you know, fate and destiny is going to come for all of us. These eclipses from now until the end of October, and we're all going to know what the thing is of what we're doing and what we're supposed to be doing and the people we're supposed to be, you know, having connections with, and what all of, we're going to get it, where it's all going to happen. So, my favorite thing about Friday is that you have an opportunity to really control your power with Mars Saturn. I love this Mars Saturn, especially in like the water signs. So think of like a surging water through like a big hose. And you know how firefighters have to like, there's like a thing where it's like that. That's kind of how I see this. But they have to be strong, right? Like they can't be like, I couldn't do it because I'll be like all up in the air, right? How they have to like be very strong people to hold it. And there's like all of that water surging through, and they have to like aim it at the fire and stuff. There's this really cool video online of these two firefighters that like they change like some setting on that hose, and the fire's coming and they're like laying down, and they pull it over, and it like sprays over them, and then the fire goes like over them. It's really, really cool. Anyway, that's how I see Friday, that you can have like but your own, that water is like you. We're like 70% of water too, by the way. So you can control your own force. You can channel your own passion, you can channel your motivation, you can channel your drive, your creativity, your sexuality, whatever it is, but it's channeling through you, and you are in control of it. This is your body. This is your meat suit. Look how David Beckham used his body. He controlled his force, he controlled his passion. He had this whole it, beautiful, really beautiful. And that's a beautiful thing about earth signs, is that what they manifest, you know, what Virgos and Tauruses and Capricorns and these areas in your life, what you are physically bringing into physical reality manifestation. So on Friday, you have the energy for it. You have the energy for it. Now remember, trines only mean that there's nothing stopping it. So not everyone's going to be like that. For some people, this can be, for some people, that could be a bit of a wall. If it could be a bit of a wall with the authority. That's the word I was looking for, authority. It could be a little bit of a wall with the authority where Mars thinks it's going to go right over for something, but then the authority has some kind of built-in something, or there's something that's built in already where they're just not going to be able to do it. But it's the authority thing that's baked into it, or there's something about it that you have to change how you're acting in order to heal to the authority. So it depends on what your relationship with your personal authority is that will determine your relationship with external authority. Maybe you didn't have any discipline growing up. Maybe you got it at school, but if you didn't, maybe you get it with the cops, authorities. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you get it with the judicial system. Maybe you're in litigation. Maybe you're in prison, in and out of prison. You go through life looking for that boundary. That's what Saturn is. It's like that boundary, but it's only reflecting your personal authority system. It's only reflecting your personal boundary system. So this is a good time. Whatever is going down this upcoming Friday, don't blame anyone else. Look at yourself. It's always a reflection of you. And we're always projecting who we are. So, for me, I'm a very sensitive person. That's what a psychic is, extremely sensitive person. So I'm always projecting my sensitivity into other people. And that's what makes me such like a warm, loving host and a very thoughtful friend and a very loving, caring person. I love arts and crafts. I love making things for people. I love bringing little gifts. I love saving mementos on dates. I love scrapbooking. I plan Christmas all year. I will take a summer vacation and remember things that people said and remember what people like. And I just look forward to saving it all up the entire year to see the look on their face when they see that I remembered, that I'm thoughtful. I love being that way. And I don't ever want to be any other way. But sometimes people mistake kindness for weakness. Sometimes people mistake ignorance for weakness. Sometimes people mistake sensitivity for weakness. And so all you need to do, and I give you my personal example, all I do is I pull my energy back. You're not getting the little treats anymore. You're not getting the thoughtfulness. You're not getting the extra support, all of that extra stuff that I love to give, that I love, love, love for both of us, for me and for you to give. I just pull it back. I pull that power back. That's what it means to take your power back. Anything that you were giving in a situation or in a relationship, you just put it back into yourself. That's all it means. People, it's like they have a weird reaction. It's like sticker shock. They're like, that's my boundary. That's my boundary. That's Natalie's boundary. And they're very surprised. And it's like, especially the misogynists, especially those people, then they kind of, the way they look and the way they act, it's almost like they realize that I was conscious that entire time. Of course I was. Of course I was conscious. I just was graceful enough and classy enough to not call you out and ring you out and yell at you. And I don't want conflict. And I've been conflict free since like 2019, and it's been life changing. So no, I'm not gonna go that far. That's 𝚃𝚑𝚐𝚎 energy, by the way. To really give someone the riot act and to send the block text to someone. No, I'm not doing that. I just pull my energy back. I'll just go away. And it really makes someone think. They go back and they remember all their interactions with you. They remember them differently. Now knowing that you were conscious too, you knew what was going on. And when they realize that you have an awareness, that you're not a ditz, that you're not someone to be walked over, that you're not someone that will allow people to take advantage of you, that you have excellent boundaries, that you have self-respect and all these things, then they're like, it's like a whole, it's a plot twist. I just read this article on screenwriting, how to like write a great plot twist. It wasn't as good as my screenwriting course that I took. It wasn't. I had higher expectations for it. It wasn't as good. But that's one of the things. I can't get into that. Okay, so but it's like a plot twist for them where they remember things differently because, but, you know, yeah, it sucks that I have to do that. It sucks that I have to, but it doesn't, because it protects me. And I have great boundaries and I'm very respectful, and I still get to use all my yummy energy. It's a Cancer rising thing. If you're a Cancer sun moon rising, you're just like sentimental, So, yeah, Friday you could be really moved emotionally, driven to connect, driven to create, to be creative, to love big, love deeply, love hard, love passionately. But look at your own boundary first. That's the way. And then you won't have a bad reaction when someone tells you, not right now. I know you want to open your own office in Denver. Not right now. We need to see XYZ. Then you can just go and make your business better. That's what I did. I was in LA and it was this whole thing, and I went and I took the screenwriting course and I made all of my writing better. I didn't fight back the notes. I didn't fight with anyone. I took all of the criticism and I really listened hard. I went and made myself better. And even this past weekend, I was trying to crack that nut, you guys, for like years. Because what I'm trying to do with this script is to really materialize and manifest spiritual concepts. And it's really hard to show because it's a film. Like, what are we watching? What are we really looking at? What are we watching? And what I'm trying to do, it's just really weird. So, like I said, I don't even remember what he said, but it's just like, it was just a moment of like stardust exploding in my face, and I got it. Wrote it down immediately, and I'm so freaking excited. So, it could be a moment like that where you just have some kind of breakthrough, and it'll happen easily because there's nothing stopping it. So take the beginning of this week, if you're watching it early, Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday, get yourself, get real with yourself, get over yourself so you can answer to your own boundary, your own authority, taking responsibility for your own self, your own feelings, your own health, your own hygiene, whatever it is. Don't project it into your parents' fault or the government's fault or like anything like that. I had issues with authority, okay? So I am like right with you, but I got over that, and now I don't have issues with authority because I don't have issues with my own authority anymore. I know how to use my authority. I have good authority, I have great boundaries. I trust myself to protect myself. I don't let anyone take advantage of me. I restrict access to me, okay? I even know how to date now, you guys. So it's like, once you have that trust with yourself, then you're not afraid of anyone hurting you. Then you're not afraid of anyone taking something from you, or like, you know what I'm saying? So like, Saturn's a fear planet, rules fear, but also rules comedy. It's a comedy planet. So, I love Friday, and it's great leading us into the eclipse. So let's talk about it. Friday. What was that? That was 53:15. Okay. That leads us to the solar eclipse. I did a whole video about it already, so we'll just do a quick little here. So the eclipse is in Libra, ruled by Venus, and it'll be... You get there on my little part. Yes, I prioritize no lag, so you guys get all the Natalinian movements in real time. Okay, so the eclipse, here's a weird thing, is that Mercury's there, so there's thoughts and thinking and communication, but we're about to have a cazimi, so it's like there's a big changeover happening. There's a really big changeover happening, and it's a reset moment. So it's a new moon, it's a new beginning solar eclipse, but it's with the south node, which means that there is going to be... I'm going to focus on I'm going to go subconscious on this one. So the focus on the releasing of a subconscious blockage in a relationship, in connections, in partnerships, in even litigious affairs, because this could be, like litigation, because Libra is with the scales. It doesn't have to be, but Focus on your own subconscious stuff. There's going to be stuff coming through that's new in your life over the next few weeks. But again, focus on what you have control over, which is your attitude, your thoughts, your feelings, your approaches, your own self. And whatever wants to leave, let it go. It's like breathing. You don't hold your breath because you're afraid you're never going to breathe again. This Venus in Virgo is tripping me out. I'm like a shallow breather, and okay. So, but think of it that way. When you're holding on to pain or fear or hurt or guilt, it's like holding your breath, and you don't want to pass out. So this solar eclipse is going to bring you something new in your life, maybe new relationships, maybe new situations, but you have to let go of something too. That might be an attitude, that might be a living situation, that might be a perspective on relating, that might be a friend, it might be a health issue, it might be a routine or a habit, it could be the closeness with a family member that you're letting go. All these different things of the different houses. It could be a lot of different things, but don't tweak yourself out over it. It's let it organically, naturally phase out of your life. And you'll feel it. You feel when you're really like pushing something, pushing it up that great big hill of hope. So don't do that. Let yourself off the hook a little bit. Let it go if it wants to go. And I'm sorry. I'm a if you're a Cancer or Capricorn or Aries or Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, this might be a little bit of a big changes. So I'm looking at this is going to be my 4th house of home and hearth and kith and kin. So might have to move over the next year and a half. It won't be my choice. It'll be like out of my control. And I don't know, even the next move from this place, I want to be Los Angeles, and I want to keep this apartment. I want to keep this place in Chicago. And here's a perfect example with authority stuff. So my landlord's a Capricorn, like me. I think he's even like a January 8th Capricorn, but he's a cop. He's a Chicago cop. I don't know about cops in anyone else's city. I only know about Chicago cops, okay? I only know about my cops in my city. And he does have some like very intense like PTSD, anger stuff. And he's a great landlord. Anything I need or ask, he's a great landlord. I'm a great tenant. I work from home. I don't have anything crazy in my life going on. I don't jeopardize, it's a great relationship. But stuff has come up, and he's tried to nuke this great relationship multiple times. And he's, called me names over text, and it's been every single time. Though I'm really using my Libra affinity, I've been able to remind him this is a business partnership. It's a great partnership. All right, this is great for you. It's great for me. I love this place. I love this apartment. You're a great landlord. And every time something, and he tries to nuke it every single time, and I'm like, it's stupid. I'm telling you guys, I say no to conflict. I don't care how the other party's being. They can throw a tantrum. They could threaten me. I'm not gonna budge on my classiness, on my grace, and my calm. That's the real authority, not the one who's blowing up and throwing the temper tantrum. And so every single time I've been able to save it. Okay, that's my point. Every single time I've been able to bring him back. Come on. And every single time I remind him of our past victories. I said, hey, remember when we got through that? We're going to get through this too. Because this is a great deal. This is a great partnership, and it's going to work, and we're going to get through this every single time. I've been able to do it. And so I'm proud. I'm really proud, because there was something, even this past week, he emailed me Sunday asking about the rent for October. And it's like, I'm like, 8 or 9 days for October rent. He's emailing me. I paid the rent a week early. I paid the rent September the 24th, 7 days before it was due on October 1st. And I was so proud of him, you guys, because I know that that Mars and Libra crossing the South Node. I know he's been like feeling things about this, right? And so I just calmly grabbed the screenshot of my rent receipt. I attached it to the email and I emailed him back the rent receipt. And then he emailed, okay, I didn't think that, you know, and it was beautiful. Chef's kiss. I was so happy for us and so proud of us, you know, that it didn't go nuclear. It did it. We did it. We did it. You know, I was so proud of both of us. I mean, I was proud of him more so than anything because I've been the same this entire time. But you know, I would always hoped that after we would get through something, that he would be more confident in our business relationship. That's supposed to make you stronger when you get through things, you know. And I would get kind of shaky. I would get overconfident because then the next thing would blow up, and then it would do the opposite. He's got some like, I don't know if he like hates women, but like he's got some like, it's like people don't really like strong women. Everyone says that they do because it's the politically correct thing to say, but people really don't. When I pull my energy back, my maternal, sweet, Cancer rising energy back, oh, people don't like it. They don't like it when you take your power back. But he was great, and I'm really proud of him. And hopefully, this is a good indicator that he feels better about it. You know, I'm not gonna count my chickens before they hatch or anything. I'm just gonna. But these eclipses, something's got to change. Hope so. If you guys see me like recording out of my car, then you know I couldn't save it. I tried. It was out of my control. I couldn't save it. Hopefully I can, you know, save it. But it doesn't have to work that way. It might just be maybe a cat follows me from home. Maybe the cat distribution system picks me and I have a new little compadre or, you know, comrade in my house or something. But it does, change has to happen. The home situation has to happen, has to change. So, you know, I share this with you so that you have a more confident perspective on eclipses in general. We get eclipse season twice a year. 2020 had three. We had three eclipse seasons that year. But normally they're twice a year, every year. So, you know, these changes, this is a big one. This is the first solar eclipse in Libra. So this is really going to set the tone of what your focus is going to be for the next, well, what you're going to let be for the next year and a half, we'll do the next little while. So, you know, take it seriously. Take yourself seriously, not too seriously. Don't take yourself too seriously. Don't get dramatic. Don't get self-sorry. Don't be projecting your authority issues on other people or any of that negative stuff. And you know, you're going to be okay. But that was a great seventh house stellium story. So this solar eclipse used that Libra energy. Libra wants balance, calm, class, grace, but using your head, using your mind. All right. You can still feel your feelings until you understand them, until you know what you're feeling. Then have a boundary on those feelings so that you don't get all dramatic and self-sorry or something, okay? Because that's not going to help. All the mean texts, all that threats, I ignored it. I didn't respond. Don't take any bait that anyone's getting, because Libra is really good at that. The air signs are good at that. Ignoring what doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's maturity. What matters is he has a great apartment. I have great money. That's what matters. That's what's real. He's a great landlord. Anything I need, he comes and fixes it right away. I'm a great tenant. I'm chill. I'm great. So that's the real relationship. That's what really matters. You know what I'm saying? So look at your life. Try to let go of the petty BS, and because you don't want that to trip you up with the South Node. You don't want that to spoil something. Let the little things go in your marriages, your relationships with your children, your relationships with your parents, you know, just really focus on the meat of the thing. Okay. What else? Let's move on to Sunday. Alrighty. Sunday, the 15th of the month. We've got, oh, that's right. Okay. All right. So the moon in Scorpio, it's going to clap back to that Friday energy with Mars in Scorpio trining Saturn. On Sunday the 15th, it'll be the moon in Scorpio trining Saturn retrograding in Pisces, and it'll cross Mars. Like it's it's gonna be really, it's gonna be great. I like Scorpios. I like Scorpio energy. I do. I really do. I do. And okay, so the moon trine Saturn. And so circumstances and feelings, motivations and drives are just really going to be singularly focused. So I'm already planning. I am ready to dig into this writing, man. I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you. And this wasn't even something that I got criticized for. This is just something that I want to make better. I always get good, compliments on certain things on my screenplays, and this is gonna make them even, like, this is gonna make my strength even better. I'm like, oh my god. So I'm really excited about that. But that's something you want to plan for Sunday. So you want to plan like your script, your novel, your Great American Novel, your this is like my Citizen Kane. Okay, like this is like my life in this script. So find your Scorpio energy needs something intense to be intense about. Scorpio needs like a passion. They need a purpose. They need that's why they need good careers, because they need something to pour all of that intensity into every single day. Or they get depressed. They're not happy. Like a bored Scorp, that's not even a thing. Like they need something. They need a lot to chew on. So you're going to have that. You're going to need that too. Then you need that in that Scorpio area of your life. That Scorpio house needs your, psychotically focused attention onto it. So, plan something fun for yourself. Well, find your chart, find where Scorpio is, and find something to get nice and like laser focused about, because you'll be able to do it. That's like a very productive day. Very productive. Also could be very like healing, especially if you have been lethargic or something, or the blood's been like muddy blood or something. Get the blood moving, get yourself like, get yourself obsessed with something. All right. Let's do the tarot. Let's take a look at the tarot. I do have a download. Hold on. Let me write this down. Where did I just put that? 107. I saw the 3 of Cups. So we have 2 for you now. We have the Sun and we have the 3 of Cups. So if either of those come out of your reading, I always do this, the Virgo thing, evenly distributed. Then the message is for you. If it's a psychic slip. Thank you for the chocolate bars. All right, let's take a look. What is the message I'm here to deliver for this week ahead for my people watching? Telling you guys, after I'm done being sick, I glow up. I like make my life better. I make more money. I feel better in my body. It's very strange. Wish is coming true. Look at that happy person. They're just like, yeah, I got my cups. Yeah. That's great news. That's great. Content, satisfied, feeling good. Oh, King of Swords. All right. You want this one in your corner. This is like the professional, the lawyer, the litigator, the strategist. Ooh. Hold on. Is there? No. Okay. And the 4 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, the 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Swords, the bedspread is like checkers and chess. You can't really see it in this one. But the 9 of Swords is having anxiety about something that's not going to happen anyway. 4 of Wands, 3 of Wands. Okay, don't build up like negative expectations in your head. Someone's got some kind of like fears or This could even be like some kind of going away party, or you're concerned that someone's going to go away. You're concerned that someone's going to, but this is like they leave for a business trip and you're afraid they never come back or something. That's not going to happen. I'll tell you that right now without even clarifying. Don't worry about that. It's not going to happen. Just for the fact that it's the Nine of Swords. It's just like a irrational. It's an irrational fear. It could be strength. It could be ego that you got to work on. But it is self-mastery. You do have to like compose yourself. Ooh, Knight of Pentacles. If you have a good thing going, keep it going. Try. Do one more. But you can make great progress on something that's already been going. Knight of Wands. Hot. This is that sort of like that Casanova. I mean, they leave just as, you know, they come to town for a couple nights and then they're out again. That's like a one night. That's like fly by night person. You have Pluto. Death and the Fool and the Three of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. Trust yourself changing your life. Trust yourself with a new work project. Some of you are starting jobs after this eclipse. Some of you are finishing jobs after this eclipse. Some of you are going into business for yourself after this. This would be like taking the leap of faith, trusting yourself with a big decision like that. Trusting yourself, okay, I'm going to do my own thing, or I'm going to enter the corporate world, or I'm going to go, you know, let yourself go for it. Let yourself go for it. That is really like one door closes, another door opens. So even if you get laid off, even if you get fired, even remember what wants to leave your life, it's an exhale. Let it go, because you're going to inhale right the next moment. I can't talk about breathing. I can't, but it's a good example. So finish the exhale on like a work thing or a collaboration or, you know, whatever it is, because there's the inhale right after it. And it may be one and the same. You might just be, you as a group are ending a project. I love teams and bands because I always wanted to do that. I always wanted, like, Rammstein is like my favorite band. And I just love that they're like these 6 best friends from like East Berlin, and that they're still that's just the coolest thing. Like, to do what you love, that for them it's music. To do what you love with other people, and you're all doing what you love together, but separate, individually, but united. I just love that. That's like so rock star, you know, like that is just, and David Beckham on the team with the Galacticos, like that's just so cool. So your family, let's say you have a great little unit, you know, you and your partner and a little mini use. Oh, I have an update to my priors. Remember when I was talking about, do I do unconditional love or conditional love and romantic? You know, it didn't occur to me. And this is what happens when I'm channeling. When you're channeling, by the way, when you're being psychic, you're tuning into the 7.8 Schumann vibration, which is the Earth's vibration. That's like, it's like the internet of the universe. When you're being psychic, you get in that frequency when I'm remote viewing, for instance, and you're like in the internet of the cosmos, of the universe, and doing stuff. But I can't think of things. I can't think about my life. I can't remember things. It's weird. But anyway, it occurred to me later that day that I don't talk to a lot of my family. I don't talk to a lot of my family, relatives, but I have unconditional love for them. Look at that. Like, so you can love unconditional. And I practice spiritual love, where I love everybody in a spiritual kind of way, because I know we all know each other in heaven, and because of who I am and everything. But yeah, you can still love people unconditionally. It just doesn't mean that you're going to let them mistake your kindness for weakness, or you're not going to let them have access to you. That's like my favorite thing, is like restricting people's access to me. Like, if you one bad vibe, you treat me wrong, it's like the easiest thing in the world. So but it's like, let that empower you, you know? Um, but yeah, so I've updated that prior. I'm a little bit closer to forming an opinion. But yeah, unconditional love for everybody. Does it mean we're gonna be in this big kumbaya relationship? Probably not. If certain respect isn't shown or whatever, you know. Um, I'm always respectful. I'm always classy. You got to keep it classy. You just really do. You just do. All right, like you just do. So also for people in the spiritual space, I would say my personal belief is that the only people that we should have that scrutiny, like that celebrity scrutiny, I really feel bad for the Beckhams. That celebrity scrutiny, I feel like that really should be applied to politicians and spiritual people. Anyone that puts themselves forward publicly as a spiritual person should like relinquish certain privacy to be scrutinized, so that they are not, so that these religious institutions and these spiritual people are not, you know, grooming your children to be abused and planting bad ideas in your family and polluting your lives like the Roman Catholic Church. But you know, that's just my opinion anyway. So I updated my prior on that. Unconditional love for everybody. All right, so let's start opening this up. Okay. This really just looks like a great week for whoever this is. It looks like the one thing is the fear. And it's not, it's just the fear. I just cut this deck into 4. I always do 4, and I'll show you. This is 1, this is 2, and this was 3. So we have a little Page of Cup action. This is the 4th one. So I'm taking the Page of Cups onto the 9 of Cups. And then I cross the 3rd deck over the 1st deck, over the 4th deck, over the 2nd deck is how I've been cutting for the last little while. All right, so the Page of Cups with the 9 of Cups. That is so authentic. That's just like a little kid that, like, it's like in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood when she goes up to him and she's like, that's the best acting I've ever seen in my whole life. And he's like, oh, you know, that's that moment's gonna come up for you this week. Little Page of Cups, and then it makes you feel very like, oh, thank you. All right, let's this King of Swords. It's very sincere. So it's either an apology that someone gives you, like a very sincere apology. That's another thing. As a Cancer rising, I love apologizing because it's an opportunity to be thoughtful, to show that I'm like thinking of you, that I care, you know? And I love writing cards. I'm like such a card. I'm a writer too, so I think that's probably it. But all right, King of Swords. So you might get a card. There might be an apology. There could be some, but it's going to be sincere. That's the thing. King of Swords. Double strength. I don't know if you saw it. Double strength. So you've got to discipline your mind, or someone does, or there's like a challenge in litigation, or some kind of, if you have like a representative, representative out there representing you, it's something they could have some kind of difficulty or maybe resistance. I'm going to take a look at that and I'll tell you exactly what their issue is that they're having in a moment. 4 of Wands, 3 of Wands. Let me take a look at the 9 of Swords specifically. Tell me about the 9 of Swords. Thank you. So it looks like you're going to get better this week mentally. Mental healing is happening. Guys, when I'm sick, like I was for the last like 6 weeks, it's terrible for my mental health. Like it really is. Like I have like a psychological breakdown. It's the weirdest thing, and I know it's so dramatic, but I can't help it. I can't, psychologically, I can't be sick. I can't do it. I can't. It's not good for my mental health for me to be sick. So it's like, I can't do it. So it looks like you're getting better though. Like your mental health is getting better, or like your worries or fears about like whatever you're worried about, you're seeing like, okay, I don't have to worry about it, and you're going to be feeling better. All right, you're going to be feeling better. All right, we don't need to get into that. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on with this person or with you. It doesn't have to be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. It can be, doesn't have to be. It's either your mentality that you're having a difficult time with, or it's only if that applies. If you have representatives or you're in litigation, or only if that applies. What is the strength energy? Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Ooh la la la. Do you guys watch Auntie Donna? They're my favorite comedy troupe. Surrealist satire. That's another thing. I've been wanting to put together like a comedy troupe. I'm terrified of being on stage. I could never do it. I'm a film and TV person, but like in my fantasy, I see it. But like surrealist satire, that's like my sweet spot, man. That's the sweet spot. Anyway, I got that from Auntie Donna. All right. So whatever it is, you don't have to worry about it. They're going to do it. They're going to overcome like whatever the challenge is or whatever the hurdle is, and they're going to like win. They're going to win it. They're going to do it. So your message is that you don't need to know. You don't need to know what it is. If it's another person, they're going to do it. It's going to be a yes. Whatever the challenge is, they're going to get through it, and it's going to be successful. And if this is you, confidence. You need confidence. Here's what I tell my Hierophants and High Priestesses. Make a list, write it down on a piece of paper, a list of your favorite victories in life. I ask for 10, but start with 3. See how far you can go, but list your favorite victories in your personal life of things you already came out on top of, things you already won, things you already conquered. All right, you need to feel confident. You need confidence, and start there and see, and then go from there. But with the King of Swords, it's not like that gloating. That's not confidence. That's the exact opposite of confidence. When people are like that, they're insecure. They're insecure. All right, just like when people are like, big bullies. No, they're not that big and strong. Not really. Not really. So it has to be real is what I'm saying. Like your confidence has to be real. It has to be authentic. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at this Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, thank you. We've got Justice and the 10 of Swords. Wow. Damn. 9. So the 10 of Swords comes after the 9 of Swords. All right. So the thing you're concerned about, the thing you're worried about, it might be litigious, or it might be like a judgment that you're waiting for. And it has to do with, can something continue? Can something keep going? It's almost like getting approval for the next step in a process is what I'm kind of seeing and feeling. And you're really worried about it, but you don't have to worry about it, because balance will be achieved. The right thing will be done. The judgment comes out in your favor, but there is some kind of like, it's almost like you get so stressed out and you stress out your little body. It's like crossing the finish line, but like passing out at the finish line or something. There may be something very equalizing about it though, because only when that judgment is reached, when the scales are balanced, then the sword comes down. But only when those scales are balanced. And that you get through correct discernment and judgment. You have to make the right judgment first before you take action. Let me take a look at this Knight of Wands. I feel like I want to come back to that. I'm taking all those other cards. The Moon. All right. Okay. You have a decent amount of major arcana. You have Death, the Fool, Strength, Double Strength, the Chariot, Justice, and the Moon. So whatever it's been, it could fluctuate and it can go back and forth. That's the Moon energy. So passions, maybe you're motivated one day and you're not motivated the next day, or you're creative this day and then you're not creative the next day, or you're passionate about building the shed in the backyard and then the next day you want to play video games. Like, it could be very hot and cold, on and off. This could be turning something back on. It could also be a switch over of going into something else. Now, what I love about the Moon is that it does represent the public. It is also the subconscious mind. So, for instance, there could even be some kind of averse or strange reactions to women. Now, listen, if you're a woman, automatically you are going to trigger people, okay? Other women, men, of course. And that's because women are just like the universal subconscious symbol for the mother archetype. All right. So just that alone, people are going to have a weird reaction to you. If you're powerful, and when I say powerful, I mean like self-possessed powerful. If you're self-possessed, that could freak them out. That could trigger them. They could resent that, whatever. So there's like a subconscious motivation or like a subconscious connection, or that could be really hot. This could be, telepathically connecting with your sexual partner or something like that. But it can also be applied creatively, and it can also be applied just interpersonally, that maybe that's why someone likes you. It's because I was in an audition, and the director liked me because I'm Basque, and I think his mother-in-law is Basque. It was something like that, but there was like a familiarity, so we kind of chit-chatted a little bit. But I would probably take a look at your passions and motivations and work backwards and try to get a little bit of a deeper insight into your subconscious, because also it's going to work the other way. Whatever you're excited about, whatever you're really creative about and motivated for, could be tapping into the collective unconscious. And you don't even know you're doing it. You're just going as you're guided, but it just so happens to be what is on everyone's mind, or what will be on everyone's mind next year. I don't know. I'm not the timing psychic, but just it could be like something just is relevant, or is going to be relevant, or is going to be like, especially with the Knight of Wands, like that's like trendy or something. So there could be, you could tap into some greatness there. But the big concern that I'm picking up, there's a wish coming, there's happiness, there's success, there's new cycles coming in. So the only issue I'm picking up is the mind, is the mentality, maybe communication. Maybe there needs to be a communication adjustment, or at the very least like a mental perspective, like attitude adjustment, kind of checking your worries and fears a little bit. And that's like the only thing I'm seeing for you this week to really like work on, like actively work on, is the mind, mentality. I feel a lot more mentally strong now that I'm not suffering from these headaches and things. I was tweaking. Okay. I was freaking out. So hope you guys feel better this week. You will. You'll get through this and everything. It'll be fine. All right. Any other guidance for my people? Ooh, there is. Your dreams need. Look at the Taurus, the full moon in Taurus. I spat on myself. The full moon in Taurus energy. Your dreams need a practical plan. My progressed moon in Taurus is very happy. So that could help with this anxiety, to put a plan in place that's within your control. Take care of what's in your control and let go of the rest. Fate and destiny, what's meant is going to come in. If you have to move, if you have to do this, if you have to go over there, if you've got to, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Of course, I have a little we all have little plans in our head. Like the Joker says, we all make these plans, these ideas in our heads, you know, but you got to stay flexible. You got to stay open-minded, and you got to go with the flow. That's all. All right. Your two poppers, the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So some of you could be really like 10 of Swords. You could be really stressed out because someone's not communicating with you, because you're being shut out of information. And that could be really tweaking you out. But you just have to trust that that's exactly, you just have to accept that. And the answers are coming. They're on the way. Your other popper, win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra energy. We're walking into a Libra solar eclipse. Win-win. It's a good deal. Beautiful apartment, beautiful money, beautiful relationship. Okay, so it's a win-win outcome. It's a win-win outcome. Okay. I love you guys. I love you. Take very, 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 very good care of yourselves this week. I will be back soon. Make sure that you check your subscription, that you are subscribed. Follow me on TikTok. Watch Natalie, same handle. Until next time, my lovely friends, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah!